discuss how to teach a child colors, numbers, letters, and shapes, which are more abstract concepts than just labeling, cow and those sorts of things. So prerequisite skills for this are probably about 50 to 100 straight tacks of just items, and certainly the ability to man for things that you want. So when the child is ready, I usually start with 3 colors, 3 numbers, 3 shapes. Colors I usually start with are colors such as green, red, yellow. This child knows purple to some degree, so I cut up purple as well. I usually use construction paper, or if you have flashcards with a blob that is just red. So I don't want to use a red car or red apple to teach the color red, because for obvious reasons we want the child to label apple and learn the colors and then put them together. Okay, so first we see if the child knows the colors. So we'll do a probe. So we hold the color up, we say what color, and see what the child says. If the child says green, then they know the color. If they say blue or no response, then they don't. Again, you just say what color, looking for red. If the child says green and then says red for this, then they're kind of guessing, and so that would be counted as a no. So we want to make sure that they don't know colors. Then we're going to pick 3 colors to start with, because we don't want to teach many trials of green, and then we introduce yellow. So we mix them with 2 to 3 targets per program. So instead of just saying, this is green, what is it, green, which is an echoic to tack transfer, I usually use a combination of transfer procedures. So we can have the child sitting next to us, we can hold this up, we can label red, the child might echo red, and then we can have the child match red. So he matches red, he might say red again, and then we can hold it up and say, what color? Red. Now we go right into green. So we're giving him the answer, green, after we do the probe. Green, and he could match it. Green, yes, what color? Green. Yellow, child echoes yellow, matches yellow, we say yellow. So until he masters green, yellow, and red, we don't want to try to generalize that information by saying, hey, what color is this car, or trying to generalize it too early will usually result in more errors. So we can use a match to tack transfer. Again, red, they match red, they say red, what color? Red. We can also use a receptive to tack transfer, so touch yellow. We could even give him a prompt, yellow. So he touches yellow. What color? Yellow. So this is almost like giving a multiple choice test. It's not a fill in the blank, what color. So it takes pressure off. If the child is good at matching, that's a good transfer procedure to use because it tends to be easy, gain compliance. If they're good at receptive, like I know it, but I don't know it that strongly to give you a tack. So touch yellow. So because our colors are so different, that's why I don't start with red and orange, for instance, in the same field at the same time. I want to get very different looking colors, very different sounding colors, and also with the child's articulation, we have to keep that in mind too. Okay, so same procedure for all of these skills, whether this is teaching straight tacks, cow and a cat, I probably wouldn't pick in the same. If I was just doing regular tacks, I'd pick different sounding looking items. So I wouldn't do a cow and a horse at the same time. I wouldn't try to master that together. I'd do a cow and a house and a pencil. They sound different, they look different, they are different. Again, we can probe, what is it, what is it, what is it? We can teach by match. That's why it's good for these initial things where we can make a match right away, and we can buy 2 sets of the same flashcards to do the match. Or once he gets good at receptive, touch the cow, cow, what is it, cow. Same procedure for numbers and letters. I usually start with 1, 2, and 3. And not necessarily in order. I might initially start them in order, but you want to have him being flexible, responding. So what number? Not always, what number is 1, 2, 3, because that's chained together. What number? What number? What number? He doesn't know the numbers. Now we have him match. 3, I'm telling him 3. So I'm not saying match or put the same. I'm saying 3 because I want him to echo that. 3, match it. 3, good. What number? 3. So he might need a lot of trials of that. Same exact procedure for A, B, C. We have the match. We've got the receptive. We can put it out of order, in order to begin with, if we want. Now we can put it out of order. We have B, C, and A. We call this a field size. Okay, so we can say touch C, and we can give him a prompt. If he's touching anything, we could even, if it's too hard for him, we can reduce it. Just teach him A and B. Field size of 2. Touch the A. A. Good. What letter? A. What letter? A. Where's B? We can also, in between these letters and numbers and colors, we can show him easy text, easy responding. We can have him touch your nose, clap your hands, do this as distractors, as easy things. Because if this is all super, super hard, then he's going to be frustrated sitting and trying to learn. But if we are intermixing these things, it'll be better for him to be successful. Same thing with shapes. What shape? And these are just the basic shapes: circle, square, and triangle. And you might not want to bombard him with colors, numbers, shapes all at the same time, and letters. We might want to say, hey, let's just do letters and colors, depending on the child's skill and where they're at. And then we'll add in the numbers and the shapes. So that's the general procedure for teaching pretty much anything.